going to play you a quick clip from Saturday night's X Factor. It's relevant to somebody that we're about to talk to. Here we go.
Just when I think I can't be surprised anymore.
All I can say is I loved it.
I'm actually gobsmacked. I was blown away by that.
It was bloody fantastic.
Simon Cowell.
Absolutely yes.
An almighty yes for me.
3 yeses.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Star Breakfast, Joe Beetlestone! The X Factor! Joe, good morning, how are you?
Hello, I'm good, thank you.
Right, so let me just recap on that then. Saturday night, you're on the X Factor, you got a standing ovation, Simon Cowell said a naughty word, he was that impressed. You got 3 yeses, you were straight through, no questioning about it. You must be feeling pretty good.
Yeah, it's just really surreal. I think it's absolutely mad. I still keep watching it on YouTube, and I can't really believe that it's me on telly. And actually, I can't really watch it because it makes me cringe.
Oh, it's great. Well, there's something to be proud of. And I tell you, you know, sometimes through the X Factor, I mean, I'm a bloke, so I never cry. But, you know, through the X Factor, there are moments sometimes where it kind of grabs you, and there is a moment where you're like, it's a cry moment. And your nan, bless her.
I know.
Oh.
They loved her that day. They absolutely loved her. Dermot wouldn't let her go. She was just, I mean, she didn't even know who he was, so that was even sweeter. But no, she absolutely loved it. It was one of the proudest days, she said. Well, it was kind of crazy for all of us, I think. It kind of happened really quickly, and it's just all been really surreal since then, and just been able to Google your name. It's horrible.
There you are, you've made it. So listen, I've got a few questions I need to ask you first of all, and these are, I'm going to hit you with the hard stuff first, right? Because these are questions from listeners, okay? The first one is, when you're queued up to get in, this is from Sam the Baker, it looks like it takes forever to get through there to perform because there's so many people. Is that true?
Yeah, I queue for 11.5 hours.
My God.
Yeah.
What do you do so that you don't get bored whilst queuing?
I think I read a lot of magazines, painted my nails, I don't know, I had so many family and friends there, so they kind of passed the time.
Yeah.
I think, and I was so nervous.
Yeah.
It goes quite quickly.
Okay.
Because you're waiting, and you know, everyone's being interviewed, and Dermot O'Leary's walking around, which is mad.
Dermot O'Leary. Were your family with you?
Yeah, I had all my family, like my close family, mum, dad, sister, brother, my nan, and then I had about, I think, 11 or 12 friends came along and supported me, so it was lovely.
So, Joe, you made your nan queue up for 11 hours?
Yeah, I know, it's awful.
Thank God you got through boot camp. Blimey. Right, okay. Other questions then. Have you got a boyfriend?
No.
Well, there you go. Okay, there you go, ladies and gents. You can text through if you're interested, of course. And why did you enter?
It was actually... my sister has kind of always pushed me to do something like that. I mean, I've never had a singing lesson. And I annoy the family by singing in the kitchen. You know, you come back from being out and you annoy all your friends by singing along to Whitney. And I think it kind of got to a point where they were like, well, you're either going to audition or you've got to stop annoying us. And it just came from there, really. Yeah, it was mad.
Okay.
Absolutely mad.
How much do you charge to sing at a wedding?
At the moment, I'm nothing. I'm not like that. I love being able, I think that's the biggest thing why I entered, because I love being able to sing. It's something, you know, I'm not worried about any other side of it. I just do love singing. So as much singing as possible, it's fine.
See, whenever people say that, I never believe them, because I always think it's like, no, it's about the money.
No,
you want the money, but it's really not.
Yeah, I'm a bit nervous and things like that. I'm not worried about that side. I do just love to sing. So
okay. Did you meet the judges?
Yes.
Okay. Anything you can tell us?
No.
Really? Damn.
Apart from Cheryl, is lovely.
Is she?
She is, yeah, absolutely just lovely.
Just as she comes across, she's just always like that.
She really is. And Louis, and even Simon, everyone thinks he's sort of mean and nasty, but he was really nice.
Okay, cool. Right, these are listener questions, okay?
Okay.
So I'm just sorry, I just need to say this. The next two questions are rather random.
Okay.
I don't know if you know, but Lady Gaga appeared on the front cover of Japanese Vogue last week. Do you know what she was wearing?
No.
Okay. Right, well, this is relevant to this question because the question is, would you ever wear a bikini made out of meat?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, right.
I don't think that would be...
Not even for the cover of Vogue? And final question, before we're going to actually hear you sing in a little while, and a few other things that I want to ask you that I'm sure you're just going to refuse to answer because you've got to keep loads of secrets from us. But this question is the most random of all, but it says, do you know somebody called Steve Linkson?
No, I don't think I do. I'm sorry.
Right, I'm sorry. This text says...
I'm sorry, Steve, if I do know you.
It says, could you please ask her if she knows Steve Linkson? She looks familiar. Thanks.
No.
Okay,
Sorry.
right. So we've asked. All right, you're going to stick around with us for a little while, have a cup of tea. I'm really sorry we got the colour of your towels wrong.
No.
And I know you asked...
It was the traffic. It was nothing to do with the towels.
No, it was, yeah. She's not a diva, really. All right, it's 8:32. We'll get a travel update. Corner shop, brimful of Asher, Cambridge and Ely, Star Radio. It's Mark here with the Star Breakfast. Thank you very much for listening this morning. Sun shining. We have our very own X Factor star here this morning. In fact, we're very lucky to have her here. Jo Beetlestone is here. The world's best surname. Like, seriously, you have got to become a huge international star because it just works. And the title of your album has just got to be Beetlestone. Hasn't it? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's the new album from Jo Beetlestone. Absolutely brilliant. Love it.
There's been loads of people saying because it's got the Beatles and the Stones in the same name.
I don't even clock that. Yeah, that's even better, isn't it? Flipping heck. Yeah, you're destined to be huge. You have got an amazing voice, though. I mean, the stuff that you were just telling us off air, we've got to be careful about what we say. It's really weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because there's stuff that Jo won't tell me that's doing my head in. I'm like, the microphones are down, Jo. Just relax. But she still won't tell me. But there are certain things that happened behind the scenes that people didn't see from your audition on Saturday night. Can you tell us a few bits about that?
Yeah, I mean, I was filmed quite a lot. Like, I had an interview with Dermot and stuff. And I guess because they have so many people that they have to show and they have to get through. But I did get... I wanted to see, because Simon gave me one of his little winks, and he said, Beetlestone, I like you. And I wish they'd shown that, because to me, I think everyone wants to have Simon Cowell say the lovely things. And Louis was dancing and singing along, and he did his little Irish, yes, 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 yes. And they did cut it down a lot, and when they spoke about the dentistry, there was a bit more of a conversation, but the way it got sort of edited, it did make me look a little bit weird.
It was the equine dentistry thing, I think. But they do it on purpose, though, don't they?
I know.
And they do it because they knew, obviously, that you were going to be amazing, I guess. And so they kind of set it up like that, don't they? That's what
I think, actually, even on the day, because when I walked out, I was the last one of the day, and you could see that they were so, they've just had a day of people coming on, and they didn't really want to be there anymore. And when I told Simon I was going to sing Whitney, he really didn't like that, and he said, I remember he said, if you're going to sing Whitney, you think you're better or as good as her, and I'll only give you one shot. If you mess it up, that's it. And he elaborated on that, and that made me feel even more nervous. And I did think, even the judges, when I said what I did, I guess they thought I was a little bit, I don't know, geeky or something else, but it was just the reaction of how their faces changed sort of like halfway through the song. And then I remember Simon sort of looking at Cheryl and sort of nodding, and it was just crazy. It was when I remember when I finished singing, I just I put my hand to my sort of mouth, and I think I cried. Oh, it was awful.
Yeah. Your nan was backstage. She was having a tear.
Oh, she cried all day.
How do the families get backstage? I'm always fascinated to know how that all works.
Well, we're as you go through, you're taking up in like groups and groups. and all your family and friends. It's a huge hustle sort of backstage. There are so many people. I mean, some people only have a few, but I had brought sort of an entourage of people, and you just have to queue up, and then you stand with them, and as you go on stage, they wait there, so you come back to meet them, so you're not sort of separated from them at all.
You leave them with Dermot.
Yeah, you do.
Okay. And what else did I sorry, there's a few other questions there I needed to ask you. Right, bookies. Okay, so we need to talk about this because people called Joe have a really good history of winning the X Factor. He's right. It was him that won it, wasn't it? Joe McKeldry. So you are 30-1 in the bookies to win the X Factor. Shall we put our money on? You can't answer that, can you?
No, I can't. But it hasn't obviously gone that far at all yet. So, but I wouldn't want people to go out and waste their money. I don't know.
You're not
right, save it and buy my record.
Oh, that's a great answer. Great answer. All right, well, listen, you're through to boot camp. We're going to find out what happens next. When does that actually come to TV?
I think they're showing Manchester auditions next week, and then it'll be boot camp the week after. And if they show me dancing, please, don't watch. Don't screen off.
Great stuff. Well, you've set that up well, haven't you? So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to play a clip of you singing. This is a track that you've recorded. I haven't got time to get you to sing live right now because of the traffic problems that have happened this morning.
And the towels.
And the towels that we got wrong. I'm really sorry about that. But this is I'm going to play about a couple of minutes of this, okay? But what is this track?
This is Run. I'm singing it the Leona Lewis way, but it was a Snow Patrol cover.
Okay, take a listen to this. We reckon she's got the X Factor.
I'll sing it one last time for you. Then we really have to go. You've been the only thing that's right in our lifetime, and I can barely look at you, but every single time I do, I know we'll make it anywhere away from
you're going to hate me for this, but we've just run out of time on that one. But that is, I mean, sometimes, I'm going to be totally serious and honest with you now. Sometimes we have people in the studio and we have to sort of be, what's the word? We have to be kind. You know, when we have people singing sometimes. That is brilliant.
Thank you.
That is just brilliant. We've had a text in here. This has come from the Don, who's stuck on the A14 at the moment. He says, "Hi, Mark. She has a cracking voice. Hope she does well. And also, please, can you ask her what's her favourite cheese?"
I don't really like tea, so I could have to say cheddar. Just keep it simple.
Just going pretty standard.
Yeah,
you're a cheddar kind of girl. Great stuff. All right. Listen, Joe Beetlestone, pleasure to have you in the studio. Thanks very much for coming in.
Thank you very much for having me.
Cannot wait to see you go through to boot camp and everything. We'll all be behind you, and the very best of luck with it. And all you have to do is promise that you're going to come back in when the albums come out. Promise that you'll give us a mention in the in the thing in the back, and also that the album must be called Beetlestone. Is it a deal?
It's a deal.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Beetlestone!
Star Travel with